Let's set up our product listing module. I first head to Shopify Relume Library and open the product listing folder. You can select whichever component fits best to your needs. I'm going to use the one that is called Filters 3. Click Copy and go back to Webflow Designer. Let's remove this section and paste the copied component into the main wrapper element. We already have all our required components in place for creating a filterable product listing module. I'm going to start by populating my product list. Select the product list element and connect it to the products collection. Notice that this is a Shopify component with the product list attribute on it. Shopify inserts the filtered product items into this element and its child component product container. This is the wrapper element for the individual product items. It is already assigned the SF product attribute. All I need to do is setting its value to the product ID field from the CMS. This is all the configuration I need to display my products in the product list. But I also want to connect my product information from CMS to the inner components. Let's start with the product page link, and then the product image, product title, and finally the price and the compare price. Remember, each of these product items is a by module. This means that you can use any component that is available for a product page inside of this item as well, such as an Add to Cart button, variant option selectors, quantity changers, or an image gallery. For now, I keep this simple and continue. The next thing is going to be configuring the filters. In this specific component, the Filters panel is placed in a modal, which is placed right next to the Filters button. Let's select the modal in the navigator. And to make it visible, I go to the Transform settings in the Styles panel and disable the applied transform settings just by clicking this eye icon here. Now open the navigator and expand all the elements. In the Filter Group List element, there are 4 taxonomy filter wrappers. These are the outer wrapper elements of the taxonomy filter components. It takes the SF filter attribute with the taxonomy type as its value. Inside of each taxonomy wrapper, there is a filter reset button and a collection list. The filters component configuration is done in just 2 simple steps. Select the taxonomy filter value component in the collection. Taxonomy filter value is the clickable individual filter item that stores the filter value to be applied in its SF filter value attribute. Firstly, set the source as the collections. Then scroll down to Custom Attributes and set the value of the attribute to the name field from the CMS. Easy, right? Finally, I can display the name of the item in the label. Our setup is complete. Now let's repeat the same process for the product type, vendor, and tags. The process is simple. Connect to the collection, source the SF filter value attribute from the name field, and populate the label. And let's repeat this one last time for the vendor filters. Our filters configuration is done. Now, let's delete the helpers, and we are ready to go. One last thing to address before publishing the page is that, as you will notice, all my buttons are in their active states. When a filter value is active, both the component and all its children are assigned the SF active class. The checkbox icons and the form pill elements are given the combo class to style the active state of the buttons. You can use this class on anything inside the filter value component to style their active state appearance. I'm happy with this look for now, so I just remove the SF active classes and move on. Let's hide the modal by clicking the eye icon in the Transform settings. Here we also have a component that lists the selected filter names, called Active Filters List. It uses the Active Filter Item component as a template to display the items. It contains the filter item title and the filter remover button. Finally, we have a sorting control component made with a select element. It has all the available choices and the attributes already set. Doesn't require any further configuration. Now let's publish our site and see if everything works as expected. And there you have it. You've now successfully added and configured the product listing module. From this point on, it's all about building the rest of your site with Relume components and styling it using Webflow. If you want to know more about the structure and the components of a product listing module, please visit the product listing section in the Shopify documentation. And join Shopify Discord channel to get free instant support from the Shopify team.